Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, All Things Ariana here. Today's video will be about unpopular opinions. We all have opinions, everybody doesn't agree with our opinions, but in the same token, it's good to be able to agree to disagree, just so you can see other people's perspective and build your outlook on life. So I'm going to go over some ones that I saw on like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram that I saw that kind of spoke to me, and I will tell you whether I agree or whether I disagree with them. So the very first one is Snapchat is overrated. It's cute with all the filters, but it made people hate themselves even more because they feel like they need to put filters on themselves. And I agree, it has. I think Snapchat has embedded in our minds that we have to have these filters in order to like look good or, be presentable to other people and whatnot. But that really shouldn't be the case. Like, we should be able to enjoy whatever it is, whether it's with makeup, without makeup, we should be able to love ourselves regardless. So I do agree with that. The next one is something that I definitely agree with, and first and foremost, and that I identify with a lot. It's okay to be natural and still wear weaves and or wigs primarily. And I absolutely agree with this. For me, and I can't speak for other people because I can only speak for me. For me, it's a form of self-expression. It is my way of changing my hair without actually changing my hair and damaging my hair. Because me personally, I love my natural hair. I love my hair healthy. But the things that I want to try and the things that I want to do, I can't do that to my hair. I just can't. So the wigs give me versatility. So if I want to have on stripper hair down to my booty, down to my ankles, whatever, today, and tomorrow I might want to be a bald head skittle doodle. Guess what? I can do that. It's my choice. Like, I choose to do those things. And people who are gung-ho for being natural and whatever, do your thing. But for me, it's a form of self-expression. So the next one that I saw was being a teenager sucks. You can't have an opinion because you're too young. Yet you're not too young to be given massive amounts of responsibilities. And I partially agree with that, and I partially don't agree with it. I agree with that because, when you're younger, and especially in a lot of black families, you find that if you have an opinion of any sort, that most older adults see that as some form of disrespect. They don't see you as a human being. They don't see you as a person who has an opinion. But they expect you to be able to hold all these different titles and responsibilities of things. I mean, that kind of doesn't equate. Logically thinking, if you can give me this responsibility, then you see me as a growing person, as an adult. Then my opinion should be treated as that. Now, in the same token, is that opinion always the right thing in the world? No. But as a person, not being just a child, you should be able to be heard. That's my opinion. Alright, the next one that I have is parents aren't always right. And let's just meditate on that one right there. I agree wholeheartedly. Parents aren't always right. They really aren't. They only know what they've learned. They've only known what they've experienced. So not everything that comes out your parents' mouth is always right. Your parents are wrong sometimes. It just is what it is. The next one is, and this next one goes right along with the first one. Parents should apologize to their children when they're wrong. And I agree. Let's just look at the basis of it. As a child, you're taught if you do something wrong, you have to go back and fix it, whatever it may be, whether that was lying, stealing, whatever, cheating on the test, you have to make it right. So your parents teach you that, let's just say for instance, if you lied to somebody or you lied on somebody, your parents are going to expect you to go to that person. First, you got to tell the truth, number one. Number two, you got to go to that person and apologize for what you did. And then three, you have to learn a lesson from that wrong. Same thing with your parents. If, as a parent, if you're wrong, you're the example. Let's just put that out there first. You're the example. So if you expect your child to do something, you have to do it. And I know that's tough for some parents, but it's the truth. You have to do those things. So if you're wrong, like if you and your child, you're going back and forth with your child, and you may have got some misled information, and then you go barking at your child and, you know, trying to reprimand them, and then you come to find out that the information you was given wasn't right, then you need to go back and apologize to that child, because now you're saying that you're greater than or you're better than, and you don't have to do the things that you're telling them to do. It don't work like that. So you need to apologize to your children. That way they can really understand and grasp the lesson. Like, you have to, you know, acknowledge the wrong. You have to do right by the wrong, whether that means apologize, pay that person back, whatever it is. And then you have to learn a lesson from that wrong and grow from that grow from what you learned. That's what I'm saying. So yes, parents should apologize to their kids if they're wrong. The next one is, and this is me all day, and I just absolutely hate when people say this to me because it's not the truth. Just because I'm listening to R&B music doesn't mean I'm in my feelings, and that's absolutely right. I just prefer R&B music. I listen to a lot of different things. I listen to hip hop, you know, whatever song I can identify with and it speaks to me, then yes, I listen to it. But I primarily listen to R&B. That doesn't mean that, oh, I'm in love, or oh, I'm this or that. It just means I like R&B music. I'm not always riled up, ready to go. I'm just not. I like calmness, and I like stuff that's soothing, and that's what R&B music is. So doesn't mean I'm in my fifis or that I'm just so in love. It's what I like, sis. If you don't like it, do your thing, but that's what I like. Okay, all right. The next one that I have is one that's probably controversial. Having kids without being both financially and mentally prepared to raise them is child abuse. And I partially agree and I don't agree with this. Let's just say this. First and foremost, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Whether you had a child when you were younger, whether you had a child, you know, out of wedlock, you know, whatever the case may be, that child is there for a reason. Whether it's to change your perspective on life, or to, you know, get you to grow up a little bit more than what you have, like where you should be. You know, it's a purpose. I do agree with having a child when you're financially and mentally stable. That's called Planned Parenthood, and I'm all for that. You know, have a child when you're ready, when you want to, when you have the money for it, when you feel like you're mentally ready for it, because your mental affects your children a lot more than you ever think. And when you have kids, it brings up things that you never knew you really never dealt with, and you throw that on your kids if you don't deal with it properly. So yes, I agree with that. Now, do I feel like it's abuse? In some cases, yes. Not at all. Long as you're taking care of your child and you're doing right by your child, I don't have nothing to say about it. Sis, do your thing. But for me, I would like to plan my child so I know what I'm getting myself into, you know, not just out here just popping them out and not doing right by them. The next one that I have is, it's not attractive to post nudes or provocative pictures on social media. I agree. I agree. Like, I just feel like it caused so many more issues than need be. Like, if you post the pictures or whatever on social media, you know, to get your fame or whatever and whatnot, perfectly fine. You know, if that's your job field, it's fine. For me, I just don't feel like it's necessary. Like, I feel like, you know, some things are better left to the imagination. If you're putting it all out on the forefront, then you can't get mad when people address you as such. Like, if you expect a certain response from a guy or a female or whoever that you talk to, then you have to hold yourself up to that standard. You can't be out here, every picture you got is a picture of your behind, and then expect someone to address you because of your face or because of your personality. They don't know that. They haven't seen that part of you. All they've seen is your butt, so they're attracted to what they see. I feel like it could cause a problem in a relationship. It definitely has caused problem in relationships. So it's not for me. If you do it, by all means, hey, do your thing, sis. I'm not taking nothing from you. Do you, but it's not for me. The next question, or I'm sorry, the next opinion is, it's okay not to date to marry. Not every person you meet will be marriage material. It's perfectly fine to take a few test drives before deciding. I totally agree. Especially if you're young. Even older too, but just take the time to date different people. If you never really know what you want in a relationship or a significant other if you don't date different people, if you don't never experience different people. Those dates will tell you what you do and you don't want. And you know, some people are lucky to find one person, you know, that they can agree with, they can deal with, they can tolerate, you know, they feel like they can build with, and that's fine. If you have found that person for you, it's great. But if you're not, then don't put all your eggs in one bag, sis. Don't. I mean, because eggs gonna break. So if you got multiple baskets, spread your eggs out in them. Date different people. Experience different people. Live your life. Like, every person that you meet ain't gonna be the person that you're gonna marry. It is not. So yeah, I agree with that. You need to date to see what's out there. But if you find somebody that, you know, y'all on the same page, y'all on the same level, y'all on the same mindset, and you want to take all your eggs out them other baskets and put it in that basket, then do that. But then you have to be prepared for what comes along with it. Alright, the next one is not all exes are bad. Sometimes things just don't work out and you can still be friends instead of ruining what good memories you have left. And I agree with this to a certain extent. Yes, not all exes are bad. Some of them you can be friends with. But you also have to realize that, you know, people still harbor feelings. You still harbor feelings. So you have to address those things and get those things out in the open and deal with them before you decide you want to be friends with whoever. Because not everybody feels the same way. Like, you may be over, like, I could be over the relationship and my ex may not be over the relationship, and I'm trying to build a genuine friendship, but they're not. That's not gonna work. So you have to understand where people are coming from before you say, okay, yeah, we can be friends, because it don't always work out like that. They still got motives, sis. You might need to check into them before you start trying to build friendships with people that you dated. Check into them. The next one that I have, if you want to know how a man will treat you, look at how a man treats his mother. Alright, the next one we have is, if you want to know how a man will treat you, look at how a man treats his mother as a scam. The only way to find out how he will treat you is to find out for yourself. And I agree with that. Simply because you never know the backstory behind a person's relationship with their mother. You never know. That person may have a lot of resentment and, you know, a lot of problems with their mother or parents in general. And they may not have the best relationship. That doesn't necessarily mean that that person will treat me like they treat their mother, because we don't have that same relationship. It's different. You know, and if a guy treats, or a girl, or whoever you're dating, if they treat their mother good, that's great. But if they don't necessarily have the best relationship with their parents, then you have to realize that you need to find out what's the underlying issue with it. You can't judge a book off its cover, because you never know the backstory behind it. So I feel like that is the best way to do it, is to experience that person and see if they will treat you the way that they treat their mother. Like, now, if they do and it's a problem, then you need to rectify it. But sometimes they might not. You never know unless you try. Okay, the next one is communication is not the key to a relationship. It's comprehension. Because no matter how much you talk, if they don't comprehend, then you're wasting your time. And I absolutely agree. I could talk to my boyfriend all day long. I could talk to him. That's me communicating. But if he doesn't understand what I'm saying to him, or he doesn't see it as an issue, or see why it's an issue for me, I'm wasting my time. He's not going to change anything he doesn't understand or doesn't see as an issue. If he doesn't comprehend the problem that I'm having, or if he doesn't comprehend the things that I'm saying to him, I'm talking to the wall. I might as well be talking to the wall, because it's not going to change anything. You have to be able to communicate and comprehend. I feel like those two together are a big part of a relationship, whether it's, just a friendship, or a relationship, or a relationship with your parents, or whatever. Being able to communicate with the person, that person being able to comprehend what you're saying, will make communication a lot easier for everybody, not just you. It's a two-way street, so you have to do it both ways. The last three things are definitely some of my unpopular opinions solely. Things that I feel like aren't happening, they don't happen, and they need to change. The first one is school doesn't equip you for adult life, and it doesn't. High school, elementary school, it teaches you things you need to know, yes, but it does not equip you to be able to go out in life and be an adult and do the things that you need to do. It doesn't do it. The next one is a lot of high school courses need to be replaced with things you will actually use in life. And I feel like, yeah, those do need to be changed, because of the simple fact that you're not prepared. Like, they teach you how to take tests, take state tests, and they make sure you know how to do what's a part of the curriculum, but they don't give you the things that you need to be able to function in life. Like, they've taken away a lot of like the home economic classes and things like that. Still need them. They're taking away a lot of the like trade classes. You definitely need those. They should add financial literacy into the coursework. Like, they don't necessarily have to take away, the core things that you have to learn, but they should add in the fact, financial literacy, how to be an entrepreneur, where to invest your money, things like that you don't know, that you literally have to get out on your own and learn. They should be able to get those things in high school. They should be exposed to them in high school. So by the time they get to college, or they're making their decisions for college, it's a lot easier, because then they're exposed to the different avenues that they can go, whether you're going to be an employee for somebody, whether you want to be your own boss, whether you want to take up a trade, whether you want to take up a 4-year degree. It'll make it a lot easier, to make that decision. And then the very last one is school teaches you how to be an employee and not an entrepreneur. And it goes back into the first two. It doesn't equip you for that. It teaches you, how to come to school on time, how to do your work, how to manage tasks, how to effectively communicate, effectively be a part of a team. It teaches you those things, and you need to know those things but that's preparing you to be an employee. And you need to have, like, we have a lot of entrepreneurs now, and a lot of people working for themselves, but we could have more. Those are you need to have those people who are entrepreneurs. You need to have those people who are employees. Sometimes those people are both. Some people are employees and are entrepreneurs as well. School definitely doesn't give you insight into being an entrepreneur. It definitely gives you insight into being a employee. And for me personally, I don't want to be anybody's employee. I don't feel like I'm built to be somebody's employee. Yes, I can work on a team. Yes, I can do all those things, you know, but I'd rather work for me. I'd rather build my own dreams and build for myself, so that I have something to give to my kids and to help the people around me and to do for the people around me. I don't want to continue to work for somebody building their brand and their dream when I could be building my own brand and my own dreams daily. So but that was all that I had, you guys. You know, leave some of your unpopular opinions down below so that we can kind of talk about them, kind of hash them out. I know everybody might not agree with the things that I said. Some people may agree with what I said, and that's perfectly fine. I expect to have some back and forth about it, but just remember that we are a family and that we fuss, fight, and argue, and we still have to come to an agreement at the end of the day. I ask that you all subscribe, thumbs up the video if you liked it. That way I know if I need to do more like this. Make sure you like it, share it to everybody so they can come be a part of the family. Until next time, guys, bye.